Hello YouTube, this is Naoto back with another video, and today I have quite an interesting game to show you. So first, let's start that first game with some analysis. So the team that I'm using today is Goku Rose, Zamasu and Videl. So a classic 3-man team, fusion team. So what you want to do in this team, use your main DPS, in that case Goku Rose, to its maximum potential, because as you know, in this current meta, the high DP deals a lot of damage. So what you want to do, you want to spend most of the fight using Goku Rose, and then whenever Rose is low, you don't want to switch, but you want to fuse instead to Zamasu, because the way fusion works in this game, the 2 HP are added. So even if my Goku Rose is at half a HP bar left, whenever I fuse, I gain an additional 40,000 health to my now fused Zamasu. So I'm starting well with this game. I brought this Vegeta very low, and now he has to switch to Cell First form, and then my Goku Rose is very low. So what I'm going to do actually here, instead of fusing right now, I will try to switch and get a little bit of healing. And the reason I'm doing that is, like, I don't really know my opponent team, so I just want to scout around. I know that he has Scouter, Vegeta and First Form Cell, but that's only 9 DP, so he still has 6 DP remaining. So I don't want to commit right now because I don't know who else is in his team. So I will try to fight as much as I can, and if my Rose is too low, I will just switch. In this case, switch to Videl, because she's just 2 DP. I don't want to take any damage on my Zamasu right now, so I will just use Videl, just waiting that Rose get a little of health back, and then back to him, and if he's too low now, I will then fuse. So he got my Videl in a backshot combo. It's not ideal for me, but right now the only goal of Videl is to buy time for my Goku Rose. So even if she dies right now, I don't really care for this fight, but I'm just pulling some move on him right now. I got him in a combo and in with the rolling hammer reset. And the way the rolling hammer reset is, whenever they are facing you, you just want to do it to charge it a little bit one time, and when they turn around, you want to start your combo, and usually it resets. And when you already have their back, you can do one follow-up from the rolling hammer, so that you make him turn around to look at you, and then you get his back again, so that you can start with the reset. So that's usually how I use my rolling hammer. So now he's switching his Yamcha, so by now I know for sure that he doesn't have a very high DP in his team, because he started with Scouter Vegeta, then Cell First Form, then Yamcha. So right now he only has I believe 3 more DP. Yes, Yamcha is 3, so 3 more DP in his team. So my Rose is very low, so whenever I get out of his combo, I need to fuse as soon as possible, and I managed to do it right now. And I get fuse Zamasu with almost full health. As you can see, I was half a health bar left, and then since I fuse, I got 40,000 health from Zamasu, giving me like a fuse Zamasu with full health. That Yamcha is actually putting in good work, so props to my opponents. But I don't want to spoil you yet, so I will let you know after the video. But as foreshadowing, just know that the game is starting to get a little laggy right now. As you can see, I cannot get any super counter, and it throws a super, and this was like a lucky vanish. I didn't expect to do that. And here I went instant spark, and it was a mistake for my part. Actually, I wanted to regen, but since I don't play Fuse Zamasu that much, I forgot that the regen is on the up, not on the side. So instead I went instant spark, but it worked in my favor, since I was able to down his Scouter Vegeta, so he's forced to put in Cell, and Cell is very low now, and since I'm in sparking mode, I have no issue downing his Cell. So just have Vegeta remaining, Yamcha and another 3 DP that I don't know about yet. So I pull in my Videl, and you see that scatter right here. So the game is starting to get very laggy, and I activated after image. That's why my opponent is playing a little passive right now, but that's okay. So the reason I switched in Videl is like my Fuse Zamasu was starting to get a little low, and as you know, Fuse Zamasu I believe is the fusion with the least defense. Maybe it's tied with Gotenks, I'm not too sure, but I know that Fuse Zamasu has very low defense, so whenever it gets me in a combo, I'm going to take a lot of damage. So I want to preserve as much health as I can for my Fuse Zamasu, so that whenever I bring him back, I can just transform to Corrupted Zamasu. And Corrupted Zamasu is a very good character, crazy defense, crazy damage. So whenever I can, I will just transform and continue the fight. As you can see, my opponent last character is Zarbon. So my opponent is actually just using a Phantom right now. I wouldn't recommend that for ranked, but right now this is quick match, so it doesn't really matter. So props to my opponent to having fun. I'm having actually fun in these fights. I get to try this new fusion team with Kokorozi and Zamasu, and I'm also using Videl on the side. If I wanted to make it like as optimal as I could, instead of Videl I would have used like Roshi, because even if lower DP got nerfed, Roshi is still the best 2 DP in this game, and the second best I believe is Popovich, because those two deals a lot of damage for 2 DP and also have crazy defense. So my opponent chose to transform, and I think that's a good idea from him, because I believe that transformed Zarbon has also good defense and good damage. And right now the goal is just to kill him. I'm not trying to get to timeout, and I'm not even sure why we got that far. Oh, actually I know why, but I will let you know after the video, after the first game, I'd rather say. So I managed to get his Zarbon very low now, so I just have to kill him and then kill his last character, Yamcha. And as you can see, the game is starting to get a little more laggy. So whenever it's laggy, sometimes you guys don't see, but it's kind of an input delay. So it's not only that I cannot get out of combo with a super counter, also whenever I do my own combo, it's difficult for me to input the right button. For example, you see that light smash, I didn't manage to charge it too much because of the lag. You guys look at that speed impact. I couldn't even get the square on time because the game is so laggy. So now he got Yamcha, his last character, and just 15 seconds remaining in the game. So my goal right here is just to do as much as I can with Videl and then close up the game with Fuse Zamasu. And the reason I did that is like I don't want to take any risks so close to the end of the game, so I rather switch to Videl, and even if she dies, at least I have a not dead Corrupted Zamasu. And my opponent disconnects. Maybe he was quite sad after receiving that Videl kick straight in the face. And now the interesting part, look at what my opponent sent me after the game. Boo boo, exploiter, can't beat Yamcha lol. And that's so funny because I actually had fun with this fight. Like I don't even know what I exploited. I don't even know what I did in this fight. So I let him know that he's very laggy, that he should get a LAN cable, because Wi-Fi is very difficult to play against in this game. And the reason being is like, I think it's because that game is peer-to-peer. So whenever your opponent is on Wi-Fi, you have so much input lag on your side and your opponent doesn't even feel it. So usually people don't know. So whenever I fight with someone on Wi-Fi, I just let him know, hey, you are very laggy. Maybe you're on Wi-Fi. So try to get the LAN cable for better experience for everyone. So I just send my opponent the clip of the fight so that he can see how laggy it was. But this doesn't stop here. So after I send him the video, look at what he replies to me. Your characters are exploit characters. Whatever that means, I have no clue what he's talking about. You are not good. 16k combos? Only a kid needs that much damage. Then also healing. And keep in mind, my opponent is also using Cell first form. And the only reason you will use that Cell is because you want to take advantage of the healing gain while transforming, as well as the Rise Super for Cell second form. Then Videl spam. Wow, I only use one super with Videl and at the end of the fight. But you guys can see the video. You are a no skill NPC, lol, get a real squad. And obviously I'm quite confused because I was just having fun with the opponent. I didn't pay too much attention even if he was lagging a little bit. Whenever I boot in that game, I just want to enjoy the game, play my favorite characters, try new thing, and that's it. After I log off, I don't even stress too much about that game. Your character does 15k a combo. Of course they do. That's the new meta. IDP character in that meta did a lot of damage, a lot more than the previous patch. So you just have to adapt and keep that in mind and use that in your fight, and that's it. So I tell him, okay, I don't need to argue with him. I know I'm a decent player. Number 3rd on DP in this screenshot, and also the only Videl Z rank in the game right now. So then I tell him quit lag switching and buy a proper internet cable. Then I will rematch you with your own team. And this message after that is after our next fight. So what I did, I went out and I tried to use my opponent team, at least something similar, but something that makes more sense. So instead of using Cell first form, I just start second form, because that Cell has more defense, and also I can directly take advantage of the healing rush super whenever I can. You guys will see what happens in that next fight, and keep in mind what he's saying. You were already losing and I'm telling him it's not coming for me, because you will see the kind of lag that I had to deal with in that next game. My team takes skill. You know what, I'm just going to block you, because I think that at this point I don't know what is my opponent deal. I don't know if he's a kid or what, or just looking for a reaction from me. So at this point I don't want to deal with it. I'm just going to block him. So now our second fight, and look at what happened. Of course I start with Cell second form, because in that team is my highest DP. You always want to start with your highest DP in that meta. And thankfully my opponent still has the same team, and you see he started already lagging. So whenever you see that little icon, your opponent is currently spectating for a while in that loading screen, you know that the game is about to be laggy as hell. So the start fight, it get me in a back shot combo, and it's difficult for me to get any super counter. Thankfully my opponent sweep and doesn't follow up with a light heavy, so I'm able to sidestep and start my own combo. Good for my opponent, he predicted my step in low, so he was able to block and start his own combo, and he throw in a super. Since I'm facing him, as I'm able to block, and then I see that my opponent is just punching the air because he's victim of his own lag. So I don't stress myself, I just throw the red super. I know that I'm getting the health back, and I get ready to transform. But since it's so laggy, I cannot pull up my menu fast enough, so it hit me again. So now at this point, my goal will be to just switch out to get some health back on my Cell, and then come back stronger, because I had to use a revenge counter after that explosive wave, so that I can keep my combo on that Vegeta. So he bring in his Cell first form, and I bring in my own Vegeta, because I want to make sure that my opponent know that the difference in scale with us right now. So I'm trying to respect the matchup, Cell versus Vegeta first, and again Cell versus Vegeta, so that my opponent can see. And my opponent started good, he got me in a combo, but I managed to get a lucky super counter. And my opponent always goes for that diving attack, and the reason he's doing that, he knows that he's laggy, so he doesn't want to risk any vanish war, because he knows that he won't be able to vanish anything. So my opponent is doing quite well right now, so he gets my Vegeta quite low, and he's able to transform his own Cell into the second form. So now I have to pay attention to his key bar and also the rush spam, because you see. And as soon as he's transformed into Cell, the game is even laggier. I don't know, guys, you guys see the evidence. It might be, I'm not saying he's a lag switcher or anything. You guys can see, you can you can make your own decision. Look at the video. As soon as he's transformed, that game started going at like 5 FPS, 1 to FPS. I don't understand what is happening, and maybe the opponent is just like doing whatever to make the game as unplayable as possible, and whenever he can, he will just knock me away, charge, and start to spam me with that super. But lucky for me, I don't know what my opponent did, but he pushed his lag switcher like above capacity, so now the game is about to crash. I can feel it. Look at how long it's taking for that single punch to end, and as I predicted, I get disconnected. And you see that error 2 message is very dangerous. It means that it's not your opponent's fault, but I believe it consider it as yourself disconnected from the fight. So if you are in ranked, you might lose points if opponents do that. And I'm not sure if it's even possible on PS5, but I know that on PC there's a bug right now that allows opponent to leave the fight without losing their streak, without losing any points whenever they lose by crashing the game. I have no clue how they do it, but just know that it's very prominent on PC. So this is the end of the fight. This is my opponent tag. Please block this guy. I assure you don't want to deal with him. And this is the end of the current video. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you like the content, and I'll catch you all next time. Thank you. See you guys.